So apparently you can now get a credit card that's made from a retired Boeing 747 airplane. Yeah, an actual airplane. Hey everyone, Eric here and welcome back to the channel. There's been a lot of hype in the recent month about the American Express Delta Reserve credit card and a new limited edition version of the credit card. So if you're interested in getting this credit card, let's break it down and see just how worth it is for you. But before we begin this video, according to YouTube analytics, only a very small portion of you that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button so that I can get to 1,000 subscribers so I can push out even better content for everyone. So with the intros being done, let's get right into this week's video. So the American Express Delta Reserve is the highest premium travel credit card that you can get with Delta Airlines. Originally coming in a purple colored metal version or the 70% plastic version, American Express recently released the sleek all black metal version of the Delta Reserve that's made out of 25% metal from a retired Boeing 747 aircraft. And the things that are shown on this edition are things like when its first flight was, when its last flight was, and even how many miles were flown. Additionally, with a bit of searching, you'll also find that it was in service for 27 years with 14,100 flights that took 116,000 plus hours to do. And for those of you out there that already have this credit card, don't be shy in calling American Express to get a replacement card so that you can get this credit card as a memorabilia. But for those of you out there that are still contemplating getting this card, let's get into the details of what this credit card can provide you. Flying in at an annual fee of $550, the Delta Reserve is nowhere close to being a cheap credit card, but it comes with a lot of benefits that might just make your life easier while traveling. It has a limited time offer of 100,000 bonus Sky Miles after spending $5,000 or more within the first 3 months of card membership. And if you closely look at the terms, the limited edition design is only available for another month. With ways to earn, you'll earn 3x on Delta purchases made directly with Delta and then 1x on everything else. Also, again, just to remind you guys, please be careful when deciding to get a airline specific or a hotel specific credit card because their points valuation isn't going to be the same as something like the membership reward points that you can get with American Express. What I mean is Delta Sky Miles, according to TPG, are only valued at 1.41 cents per point, while something like the membership reward points are valued at least 2 cents per point. With those types of ways to earn, the Delta Reserve also comes with additional benefits that you'll probably want to hear about. In my opinion, the most valuable amongst these benefits is the Delta Reserve Annual Companion Certificate. What the certificate gets you is a domestic first class Delta Comfort or main cabin round trip companion certificate each year upon renewal of your Delta Reserve credit card. And what the certificate is basically a buy one get one free certificate for whatever class you decide to book with. So if you like to travel in luxury, which I think you would if you are deciding to get this premium travel credit card, that perk alone could cover the annual fee 3 times over. It also comes with arguably one of the best lounge networks out there with the American Express Centurion Lounge, Delta Skyclubs, and Escape Clubs, and even 2 complimentary guest passes whenever you're flying with friends and or family. And in order to speed through security faster, the Delta Reserve also gives you $100 in statement credit when you sign up for either Global Entry or TSA Precheck. And trust me, the Global Entry or the TSA Precheck is definitely one of those things that you want to have because unfortunately, TSA can take hours, especially if you're at one of those notoriously busy airports. It also comes with free first check back, which is great because normally it costs around $30, upgraded priority over others, and 20% back on in-flight purchases. And the last perk on here is the Medallion Qualification dollar waiver. But before I can explain to you what this waiver entails, we have to understand what Medallion Qualification dollars are and Medallion Qualification miles are. These are 2 ways to earn statuses with Delta. Medallion Qualification dollars, or MQD for short, are essentially Delta specific loyalty points that are earned through spending actual money on Delta specific flights. And Medallion Qualification miles, or MQM for short, are earned based on distance flown and your fare class. If you're not familiar with any of these loyalty programs, basically any hotel program or airline program has specifically their own. For example, with United you have Mileage Plus, JetBlue you have TrueBlue, and Southwest you have Rapid Rewards, just to name a few. So what does MQDs and MQMs do for you? Well, aside from the obvious, accumulating them means that you get higher and higher statuses with Delta. Such as for Silver status, it takes 25,000 MQMs and $3,000 of MQDs in order to get this status. And let's go up to the Diamond status, the highest status. This status requires 125,000 MQMs and 15,000 3,000 MQDs. So how do you earn MQMs and MQDs? According to TPG, Medallion Qualification dollars are calculated at roughly 1 MQD for each dollar spent on Delta's own flights, excluding tax. So that's a pretty simple explanation. For any of these statuses, basically you have to spend a dollar amount in order to achieve that requirement for those statuses. And according to TPG, Medallion Qualification miles are calculated between how many miles you fly multiplied by what fare class you fly in. So in order to hypothetically earn the silver status, you're gonna have to spend at least $3,000 as well as fly at most 17,000 miles. And for something like the second highest status, the platinum status, you're gonna have to spend $9,000 and fly something like 52,000 miles. So it seems like you're really gonna have to be loyal to Delta in order to achieve some of these statuses. Alright, so now that we've familiarized ourselves with the Medallion Qualification dollars and the Medallion Qualification miles, let's revisit the MQD waiver. The MQD waiver waives the MQD's requirement towards the platinum, gold, or silver status if you make at least $25,000 in purchases in a calendar year. Cool, so now I'm a little confused. You're telling me that in order to save the 3,000, 6,000, or 9,000 statuses with the silver, gold, or platinum, I'm gonna have to spend $25,000 on this credit card in a calendar year in order to waive that out. So the differences are that MQDs are for Delta specific and or airline partner flights, while the waiver is only specifically for spending $25,000 on the credit card every single year. So clearly, in order to get loyalty specific statuses, you're going to have to spend a ton of money. So if you're a high roller and also love Delta specific airline flights, well, let me show you some of the perks that these statuses give you. So for the silver status, you earn 7 miles per dollar at base level, free check bags, priority check-in, boarding and seating, potential class upgrades 24 hours prior to departure, which means you're the last in line amongst those with statuses, but still ahead of those that don't have any status when there's upgrades and companion upgrades. With the gold status, it comes with all of these, but you get potential class upgrades 72 hours prior to departure, as well as sky priority and 5-star status with Hertz, the car rental company. With platinum, it's all of the gold, but potential class upgrades are now 120 hours prior to departure, and if there's empty Delta One upgrades, you'll get dibs on the day of departure, as well as choice benefits and President Circle status with Hertz. And finally, diamond status gets everything mentioned, but obviously with the highest priority and more choice benefits. And choice benefits are different additional perks that you can redeem based on whether you have platinum or diamond status. And with Delta Reserve, you can get a status boost by spending $30,000 or more in purchases in a calendar year for up to 4 times a year, and that'll earn you an additional 15,000 MQMs each time you do that. And last but not least, being that it's a premium travel credit card, you earn all of these protections and insurance perks as well. Alright, so who is this credit card for? If you've been paying attention for the last 3 minutes of this video, you can kind of guess who I'm going to talk about. If you're someone out there who frequently travels domestic and or international flights with Delta, I definitely recommend this credit card for you. The combination of the valuable loyalty statuses as well as the lounge perk benefits and the TSA Precheck will make life a lot easier on the road, or actually in the sky, for you. And I definitely recommend you steer clear from this card if you're only an occasional traveler like myself. As cool as the limited edition version of this credit card is, it's just not suitable for people like me who occasionally go travel domestically and or internationally. If you're more of an occasional traveler, I definitely recommend something more like the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Capital Venture X to start out with. Alright, that's all of the information I have for you today about the American Express Delta Reserve credit card. The collector's edition of this credit card is definitely very eye-catching. So if you can justify getting this credit card and it definitely fits into your lifestyle, I definitely recommend you to get this credit card. And I definitely understand that there's a lot more to explain about Delta's loyalty program, so I promise in the future to give a more in-depth video about this. So with that all being said, will you be getting the new limited edition Boeing 747 American Express Delta Reserve credit card? Thank you for watching. As always, stay safe out there, everyone. Peace.